What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. It is that time of the year again. Let's win a YCS Season 2 Episode 1 so I can make more competitive videos if you guys really want me to. I know there are a lot of casual watchers here on YouTube, so that's why I try to cater to both audience. But yeah, I went 15-0 with Sky Striker featuring Destiny will Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. I'm going to show you the deck list very soon, but before that, let's just confirm that I went 15-0. So as you can see, a lot of wins here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna skip this. I'm going to explain soon. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and that one lose that you see here, basically it's very simple. It's just that I had to go, so I'm going to show you full proof that I didn't really lose the game, literally just had to go. It's that simple. Whatever, my opponent was playing Invoked. I don't know if it was featuring Shaddoll cards or not, but a blue boy with Spellbook of Knowledge, not the kind of thing that you see every single time. I'm assuming that it was probably heavy on the Dogmatic Egg cards, but my top deck is going to be the card that is going to confirm you that I most likely had it. Of course, the guy is main decking Harpy's Feather Duster, but I don't think it would have changed like that much, and of course, as you can see, I literally had to go. Yeah, now we're going to go into the deck profile so we can actually see what my deck list is looking like. So of course, I'm playing the two Destiny Hero monsters, so one Celestial, one Dasher. Some people are playing Plasma because they feel like if they can Widow Anchor multiple monsters on the opponent's field, they can actually tribute all of those monsters in order to summon Plasma and kind of floodgate the opponent. But to be fair, I feel like special summoning a hand trap for turn with Dasher can be more relevant. But yeah, moving on for the rest of the main deck, so I'm playing 3 Ray, 2 Rose. This is very standard in pretty much every single Sky Striker deck list, so with or without Destiny Hero. And then 3 Ash, 2 Ghost Mourner, which I'm kind of iffy about. I don't really think I'm gonna play this moving forward. 2 Ghost Bell, 2 DD Crow, triple Valor, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, triple Fusion Destiny, of course. It's a good card to physically hard draw. It's not just, oh, you have to Anaconda for it. So it's not like Red Ice Fusion. And then one, of course, Engage. Upstart Goblin, which is good, but at the same time, if it draws you into hand shop when you're going second, it's not the best feeling all the time, so I don't know. Terraforming Afterburner, Call by the Grave, Shark Cannon, just 1. It gets breaky when you play multiples because I'm also playing Call by the Grave and DD Crow, so I don't want like too many graveyard banishing cards. And then yeah, Hornet, triple Widow Anchor, 1 multi-roll with 3 Erizio, which I always break on this card. I'm debating if I should actually cut it to 2, and then triple Imperm. Now for the side deck, my side deck I want to say is kind of all over the place. There are a lot of cards that I think shouldn't be in the side deck, so 2 Nibiru is actually good. I think this should either be in the main deck or side deck, probably in the side deck, but 1 Pancratops, this is great. Triple Lancia, I don't know if I should necessarily play this. I think banishing decks are still a thing in the format though. It's pretty good against Phantom Knight, Virtual World, etc. So it's a good card, but it's not like insane. And then yeah, Harpy's Feather Duster, triple Dark Ruler, this is a pretty good card, as well as the Harpy's Feather Duster double twin, and triple Evenly, which I think is relatively good, but again, some work can be done. And then for the extra deck, I'm playing of course 1 Phoenix Enforcer, 1 Access Code, Celine, Needle Fiber, Zeke, Anaconda, double Hayate, 1 Kaina, triple Kigari, triple Shizuku. So there is absolutely nothing unique about this extra deck. I think every single Phoenix Enforcer Sky Striker deck list is playing the exact same extra deck card for card. The only differences you'll ever see would be in the main deck and in the side deck. Now let's get into replays of me destroying people with this deck. What is he playing? Oh my god, okay, Tenyi Sword Soul. I played against a lot of Tenyi Sword Souls actually with this deck. I don't know why. Everybody's on that deck. Not even like pure Sword Soul. It's just always Tenyi Sword Soul. And by making Chao Feng really early on, my opponent can actually avoid getting hit by Nibiru because I can't use light attribute effects, so this is a pretty nicely played on his end. And of course, the Imperm isn't going to be doing that much, so he can still pop off, make the Long Yuan, and then make the Baroness. No, actually, sorry, it's not gonna be Baroness. Cheng Ying, interesting, of course, because he's locked with Ashuna, so it's not even like he had a choice. And since he doesn't really have a negate that actually scares me too much, it's not going to be a problem for me. So attack that token just so he doesn't have like a free level 4 tuner next turn, and then pop the Area 0, summon the Rose. My opponent thought that I couldn't summon light attribute monsters because at first I messed up and actually accidentally used the effect of Rose. I was like, oh my god, of course, Chao Feng. Whatever, I'm going to obviously be able to win because I can draw with Engage. I still have access to Kigari, so this game is absolutely over. For game 2, I forgot what I actually cited in. I think Lancia, because I was like, you know what, it's pretty good against Tai A, it's good against every single Tenyi monster, so why not? But anyways, so Moye reveal and then do all the plays. I have 0 hand traps, so you're free to pop off if you want to. It's interesting that this deck, man, I don't know how to say it, but it makes a lot of negates, but it's not like super unfair, and I feel like not setting the Forbidden Drop was not the best move. He probably should have set it, and nobody's playing Jamming Waves anyways. And look at this, man, this is actually hilarious. Hey, I can already make access code on my very first turn. Like, this game just started, and I can go access code pop 2, steal that Baroness, 53 plus 3k attack, boom, OTK, turn 1, through 3 negates. This is insanity. Yeah, he really should have said the forbidden droplet. It's really that simple. But that's it for this replay. Let's get into the next one. And it's, oh, what do you know? Tenyi Sword Soul again. Really, really good opening, by the way. I really like drawing Ashuna and Vessel for the Dragon Circle. I think it's probably the best 2-card combo that you have access to in the deck. It just makes it, you just do so much without having to commit to your normal summon. And then, of course, you get to search the Moye, whatever, and then make a level 8 synchro, draw 1 card on top of that, drew an Ash. Oh my god. He drew an Ash, and we already had 2 Veilers in the hand. So this is going to be an uphill battle for me, because my opponent has 3 interruptions: the Chi Jiao, the Berserker of the Tenyi, the Blackout. Now, my opponent did use the effect of Draco Berserker of the Tenyi when I used the effect of Ray, so it got banished, but it's not really the end of the world. I still have to deal with that Chi Jiao, and I guess the Blackout could have been really bad for me, but I have Hornet Drones anyway, so it's all good. And I hard drew Engage, which is insanity. So yeah, alright, summon that token and then make the Zeke. He Veilers it. Very interesting, alright, because I was threatening that Chi Jiao, so it was either the Veiler or the Chi Jiao effect here, but whatever. And then the Blackout is going to be popping that Monk of the Tenyi in order to pop my Zeke, as well as, I believe it is the Widow Anchor. But now this Chi Jiao is actually finally negated, and I can draw with no, I can't. So unfortunately, this multi-roll will not get searched, and the Engage will go to the grave, but it's fine because I have Fusion Destiny access, so I can Foolish attack over that Chi Jiao, because it's now a 2400 attack, because it loses 400 attack thanks to the passive effect of Phoenix Enforcer. And still on battle phase, I can go pop. It would have been nice if I could actually pop the Area 0, but I am locked with Fusion Destiny, so I can't really summon that Ray and then keep playing from there. But yeah, I'm going to get back my Phoenix Enforcer, and he's just going to scoop it up, because he recognizes that I can just pop my own Area 0, draw cards on top of that. There's just no way my opponent is winning this game. On game 2, jeez, this, I can't believe I'm winning through that many negates, but it's really insane. I OTK'd a guy through what, like 5 negates, and now I'm just grinding everything out through 6 negates. This is the thing with Sky Strikers, that when you don't break, when you don't draw toilet paper hands, the world is your oyster. But of course, when your opponent has Imperial Order, it doesn't matter what you have, because you're always gonna lose. So yeah, ironically, there was a world in which my opponent could have lost. No, actually, no, that's not true. I was doomed the second I saw that freaking Imperial Order. So G to the G. But now, if you don't have Imperial Order, it's going to be rough for you. And now, this is actually a pretty good hand, man. I make him go first, so he has a bunch of going second cards, which are Jewel and Logbird and Harpy's Feather Duster. Even though Jewel and Logbird shouldn't be there against Sky Striker, I don't really need to search for my deck to my hand that much. The Hayate into Gigari is already kind of a way to cheat the Jewel and Logbird. So I still have to worry about this being kind of dangerous. But I'm going to imprint the Living Pancake out of it anyways. He has to reveal for cost, and then he sets the Blackout and passes. And of course, I have Ray access. I get drolled. It's not the end of the world. Whatever, I can deal with that. Hayate is going to be dumping the Engage, because I can't go Shizuku to search it on the end phase, so I want to apply as much pressure as possible. And now what I really have to do is force my opponent to use the Blackout really early, so I get to safely set Widow Anchor and Call by the Grave, which is really, really important. And the Anaconda here is actually dangerous for my opponent, because now, look at this, man. First of all, I really thought that this was a Blackout. This is why I was saying, like, oh, I have to play around Blackout, but my opponent actually didn't do that. He said the Imperm instead, so I was like, wow, very nicely played. Now I know that I'm not going to lose to Blackout, so I can just set my back row past turn. He has Twin and Duster, but doesn't use any of those cards. Very interesting, though. Now he uses Duster on main phase 2. Now he sets 1 and pass. I did the Call by the Grave just in case he had another Joel and Logbird, because now I get to actually resolve that Engage, which is going to be the end of the world for my opponent, of course. I get to draw cards, freaking Kigari bag the Engage again for multi-roll. I think my Kigari is strong enough to beat over that Moye, so I don't really have to worry about that Blackout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, approximately enough. So yes, I am strong enough to jump over the Moye, and then main phase 2 I can play. And of course, that Blackout cannot be used since it has to destroy 2 cards the opponent controls and not up to 2 cards. Make sure that you read every single little detail on cards sometimes, because it really can matter. Anyways, let's get into the next replay. Next replay it is, so this is not going to be Tenyi Sword Soul. Finally, it's going to be something that is, yeah, Flunderees, let's go! His hand is a brick, and obviously there's no way for me to know that. I'm not going to Ash this continuous spell, because for all I know, maybe he has a Robina in the hand and he's just trying to bait me. Yeah, I'm just going to let it resolve, but now he draws freaking Robina and the field spell. It doesn't get any better than that. So now instead of breaking, he actually has full combo through multiple hand traps because he also has Book of Moon, which is like freaking insanity. There's just nothing I can do at all. Literally nothing. And on top of that, I bricked. I drew 3 hand traps, Widow Anchor, and Mr. It's Your Boy. It's actually worse than drawing Garnet. Oh my god. It's a level 6, man. I can't do anything with that. And on top of that, I don't draw Ray, I draw Rose. Disastrous. Oh my god. Yeah, but it's all good though. So game 2, am I going to be able to win 2 games in a row? Maybe. Duality, pretty good, because the rest of his hand is also insanity, but I make him go first, so he breaks on Lightning Storm. So if he activates that continuous spell, the field spell, Lightning Storm is most likely going to be dead for the later turns, and I'm just gonna be like, you know what, yeah, do your thing. I'm not even going to Lancia you this turn. I want to Lancia on the follow-up play, so whatever, that's fine. And yeah, proceeds to summon his Flunderies monster, and then I have to obviously Ash the Eaglin, because now he literally passes turn, can't tribute summon, and my reinforcement of the army gets Droll, which is honestly completely fine by me. I just attack over his both of his monsters. That's the beauty of Ray, is that it's one monster that jumps over 2 monsters, it gets a card in the graveyard that you get to recycle back, and then you get to search a card from your deck to your hand on the end phase of Shizuku. It's just so much value with one card. The last archetype that did something kind of similar to that was Zodiac, when Broad Bowl and Drancia were a thing, but now it's not really a thing anymore. And yeah, top deck another Lightning Storms, feel freaking bad, but now I'm going to finally Lancia, and now he literally cannot do anything, can't even, I mean, he literally just has no play. I can also Veiler that Eaglin if I really want to, but if he tribute summons, all the cards go to the grave, so it's not even in my opponent's favor. And now I'm just going to attack, send the engage, and then I'm going to be able to Afterburner and pop up, but he's just gonna scoop it up because I'm going to get so many cards in the hand anyways that there's just no way that he's winning the game. And now on game 3, he makes me go first. What am I going to be doing? Finally, I drew Reinforcement of the Army with Area 0, so it really could have been worse. My opponent Veilers me beforehand, so I can't do the trick where I excavate and then tag out, which is interesting. I mean, I could have gotten lucky and got like a Widow Anchor, and now I'm just going to search engage pass. I only have a Veiler as an interruption, which is not the best, and of course, Mr. It's Your Boy is always glued to my hand. You already freaking know it. This is absolutely insane, man. He gets absolutely 0 Flunderies monsters, and he gets another field spell, like insult to injury, man. I feel so lucky, feel so bad for this guy, because now he kind of just has to pass turn. I know, though, that I'm probably gonna eat an Evenly or a Lightning Storm, so I can't really overcommit like a dumbass, and I don't have enough spells in the grave to go for game, and even if I could, there's a threat of hand traps, so I really have to play conservative here. The important thing is really getting cards to your hand, so even if you get blown out, you still have interruptions in the form of hand traps. And now I'm just gonna go, you know what, screw it, Anaconda, pay 2k. I do get Veilered, but it's not the end of the world. I can go engage, and then whatever, set 1 pass. I drew evenly matched with a bunch of cards in the hand. Not the best feeling, but it's still fine. He actually does get the Robina, which is perfect for him because Robina also has 600 attack. So if I Veiler the Robina, it's not gonna be enough for me. And now he goes Prosperity for 6. Oh my god, Jesus. I feel like he shouldn't even... He already had Lightning Storm, so I think getting the Duster was a little unnecessary, and he should have used the Lightning Storm first because it's a little more strict in how you can actually use it, whereas Duster you can use it at any time. So yeah, that was kind of a misplay on his end, but whatever. Now Mysterious Map into Robina, probably gonna banish Eagle. No, not even. Oh wow, interesting, because now the Veiler actually hurts really hard. He pretty much has to, well, banishing the engage did kind of hurt, but it's fine though. I don't really care too much. Evenly, so you really have to banish 1 Ostrich permanently and that field spell. Pretty good for me, because banishing the Robina is seriously also not in my opponent's favor. And now I'm going to be whiffing like there is no freaking tomorrow, of course. Set that Widow Anchor, the one time where I actually have to set Lancia and it actually makes sense. But yeah, so I don't even know why that token was still on the field. Finally, I top deck Hornet so I can actually play the game. Make sure that I don't jump over that Robina, so if my opponent top decks like a Flunderies, he's going to have to waste his battle phase and then play from there. And also he's going to have to Lightning Storm me be on main phase 2, and that's exactly what he's gonna... But the thing is, he can still Lightning Storm, so everything is gonna die, but I get 2 effects, so the Lancia and the Rose, which is actually not the end of the world, and that's just a lot of bricks for my... Oh my god. Well, ironically, Apex Avion is not even supposed to be a brick in that deck. I'm like always used to thinking that it's like, oh, for the Simorgh Bird of Sovereignty, but in that deck you actually tribute summon it, the one time where you actually do that. Anyways, let's get into the final replay that I have to show you guys. Alright, final replay. This is going to be against Invoked. I don't know if it was necessarily playing Shaddoll or Dogmatica cards, but whatever. So Terraforming for the field spell, you already know it. Search Alistair and then normal summon, the best play ever. But of course, man, they always have Invocation, so why am I even hand-trapping the Alistair at this point? Might as well just keep it for the Merkaba, because it happens every single freaking time. It's actually crazy. But yeah, he actually doesn't droll me. He discards the droll to negate with the Merkaba, but I have the Widow Anchor anyway, so it's not really going to be doing anything. And now I'm pretty much just free to pop off, so I'm just going to go attack directly. And then look at this, man. Look at the amount of plays that I'm going to be able to do now on main phase 2. So yeah, summon Anaconda and then Fusion Destiny, blah blah blah, pop, and then effect, and then engage, multi-roll, draw 1 card, area 0, then I think I'm going to what? Pop, and then activate, search Ray, and then end phase, get back 1 card with that multi-roll, pass turn, top deck Dasher. Oh, but that feels freaking bad. So he was playing Invoked Phoenix Enforcer. Okay, now I understand. And I can't really negate that, but I really don't care anyways, so you're good. And then yeah, summon Invocation, effect, but it actually works in my opponent's favor because of the tactics, oh my god, and he draws 2, but this is literally the biggest rip in actual history. Draws into Destiny. It's like, it's exactly what you don't want to see. Like, you want to see Ecclesia and a good card and Nadir Servant, but instead of that you see Fleur de Lis and Celestial. So I'm so sorry for my opponent, but yeah, sometimes it happens, and I think you can probably tell that this is going to be obviously in my favor. So I can pop that, and then effect, and then multi-roll, and then just probably win from there. I think I can actually go for the access code OTK, depends. So yeah, Widow Anchor, and then draw, and then, hold on, access code 53, so I need like, what? Oh, okay, yeah, obviously that's game. So now my opponent forces me to go first on game 2, which is completely fine. So yes, he was playing Dogmatica cards, of course, but he wasn't playing Shaddoll cards. I don't think so. Anyways, yeah, set to pass. I can't do anything else. Widow Anchor, the Alistair, which of course you already know it. He's still going to be able to have so many plays at his disposal. Fusion Destiny, Nadir Servant, pretty good hand for once. But obviously the redundant Fusion Destiny is not the end of the world though. It really could have been worse. Yeah, he's not playing a lot of Shaddoll cards, that's why I'm saying that. He's basically just playing Abcalone with Schism because of the Nadir Servant. And yeah, Excavate, I don't know why he took the Evenly Matched. Was probably one of the worst cards, because now that I know that you have it, it's really easy for me to play around it. And he also sets a card that is continuous on the field. That didn't really make the most amount of sense, but whatever. Alright, game 3, because obviously this was a little tricky. I'm going to be going second, and I think he has, what? Again, Dasher? Oh my god, yo, poor guy. Seriously, what is up with this guy? Yo, oh my god. And also another Invocation and another Alistair. This is the thing, right? Sometimes you just draw like 5 Alistairs, or sometimes you draw 0 Alistairs with 3 Invocation. So I don't know, it's kind of whack. Cosmic Cyclone pretty good though. He can either use it on Engage or multi-roll. It's really up to you, but I don't think I'm going to be using this Engage anytime soon. So yeah, obviously going to be applying that pressure with the multi-roll first, and then pop, special summon the Rose, and then make Shizuku, Fusion Destiny, use its effect, but obviously now he's going to Cosmic Cyclone, well play on his end, and then engage into that Widow Anchor, draw 1, set 1 pass, obviously after searching that Shark Cannon. There's nothing I really should have banished. I don't want to banish Alistair so he can randomly use Invocation. That's very not well played. And because of the Meltdown, I also cannot negate the Agoides if he summons it, but he summons Merkaba, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. Your Merkaba has 2100 attack, I have 2100 defense. And actually, the Shizuku makes it even weaker, so it's going to be really really rough for my opponent to even out the combination of Shizuku, Phoenix, and First and Widow Anchor, and because of that, I think my opponent is just going to scoop it up, because I am inevitably winning the grind game. So, yeah guys, that is pretty much it for my road to Let's Win a YCS Season 2 Episode 1. If you guys want me to start streaming this on Twitch or on YouTube, whatever, please let me know in the comment section below. The link to my Twitch channel is also in the description. Now I'm always going to add it to every single video that I upload, so I can definitely make this into an actual series. Every single time there's a YCS that I feel like I should actually play into, I will definitely be doing that. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.